Beginner's Spanish for Teachers. Written and read by Walsh. Hello, and welcome to Basic Spanish for Teachers. This course is intended to give you all the basics that you would need to communicate with your Spanish-speaking students and their parents on a day-to-day basis. No, it will not make you fluent, but it will give you enough to communicate with your students in a school setting. Several years ago, I found myself having to teach increasing numbers of Spanish-speaking students. Yet, I was not provided with aides who could be reliably present to translate. Often this had to do with budgetary issues. Then, I found myself teaching in a rural district in which the entire district had one translator. One for the whole district. Obviously, I was not going to get the support that I needed. But more than that, I wanted to be able to talk to my students in the language with which they were the most comfortable. Translators, while frequently necessary, added a level of distance that did not fit with my teaching style. So, I set out to learn at least enough Spanish to converse with my students in the classroom and to communicate with their parents. However, much to my dismay, I found that there were no Spanish courses that focused on the classroom. There were plenty of basic courses that talked about household items or colors or the months. There were plenty of courses that focused on the needs for business. But I needed classroom vocabulary. I needed to talk to my students about reading chapters, not selling products. Yet I continued. I spent years using different courses, and many of them were good, but I still had to supplement my learning with flashcards and other means of understanding the classroom-specific vocabulary I needed to be successful. All the while, I was sure that there must be a better way. This brief course is my answer to the problem. Over the next several hours, I have put together a course that will provide basic Spanish that you can use in classrooms or in an educational setting. I selected around 50 vocabulary terms that I use in the classroom on a daily basis. Those terms will form the foundation of our course. By the end of the course, you will not only know these words, but be able to apply them in a variety of contexts. Of course, this course contains well over 50 words, but I consider those 50 to be so essential that you'll hear them much more frequently than the others. The course itself is broken into 3 major parts, which are separated by tense. Spanish, like English, has more than one tense. The first part of the course.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?